Oh, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Doodly doodly doo. Doodly doo.
Doodly doo.
Doodly. Hey, how you guys doing out here? James Humphrey with another episode of Real Talk with Real Men. I got my co-host with me, Kyle Stanley.
Yo.
And today's episode, we are talking about success.
All right.
And what it takes to get it.
Okay.
Huge subject.
Truly?
Huge subject.
Well, you got to be precise when you're talking success.
Yes. I think the biggest thing is clarity.
Yes.
When it comes to success, because everybody wants to have $1 million, everybody wants to do this, everybody wants to do that, but if you're not setting clear and present goals on achieving certain steps, then you're just kind of running around lost. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Most people just want to get out of debt, but then they don't know how to get out of debt because they don't know to take the necessary steps on completing particular goals to get out of debt. You know what I mean?
Truly.
So, for me, it starts most definitely with clarity. Okay. And I use myself as a big example because, you know, when I started this whole business and everything else, I was very clear on where I wanted to be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. And obviously, all those years didn't, account for much. It didn't necessarily follow through with everything. Certain things fell apart.
Yeah.
But the goals and all the years and everything all stayed the same. Like, even though when things didn't work out, it's like it all stayed the same. And then people have to understand that if you don't hit a goal at a certain deadline, it's not the goal. The problem is the deadline. You just need to set a new deadline, not set a new goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
That's like the biggest thing. It's like, because I had goals for when I wanted to set the channel and everything else, and it didn't work out. I was like, okay, I don't need to reset the goal for getting the new channel. I just need to reset the goal for the channel's release. You know what I mean? So, most definitely all that stuff.
Clarity. I think clarity is important for, one, identify what you want to be successful at. What is your mark of success? What are you applying yourself to? Be clear on that. And then once you establish this is what I want to achieve, then you can measure your progress.
Oh, yeah.
Without that, as you said, you're just spinning your wheels, applying yourself to a lot of different things. But if you have something that you can actually measure your progress against, am I getting closer to the goal or am I getting further away? Then you can kind of limit your effort that you spend on useless, maybe futile things. So definitely being clear and identifying what you want to be successful at. There's a lot of ways to be successful in different areas, but what does it mean for you to be successful? I think everyone's going to have to make their own definition as well. For me, I think successful is being in a good balance of having a sufficient amount of whatever you're trying to achieve, whether it be free time, whether it be being successful trying to court a lady or be a good father, be successful at performing at your job. Whatever it is, you want to apply yourself to it to where you're consciously and, physically working towards it, but also don't leave yourself depleted. Don't leave yourself exhausted. Don't leave your emotions depleted to where you're kind of cynical, you're kind of upset about things, and you're just stirred up in, your inside and your gut, your mental processes. You're just not right. You're not your normal self. And keep those balances in check so that you aren't too successful in one area, but in shambles in another. I think that's a good mark of success as well, because some of us are good in one area or a field, but horrible in another. And when you look at the whole picture, it's like, is that really successful? You're good at accumulating money, but your relationships are bad.
Yeah.
Or you have good relationships, but you can't manage your budget. You're in debt. So having a good balance of where am I, applying my energies, and also not depleting yourself in any other area or neglecting any other areas that you need work in is important as well.
When I started my success journey, I have like literally a list of all these different rules that I quote unquote abide by and all this other stuff. But I always respect my number one rule when I started all this. And my number one rule for success is literally I do not put my success in other people's hands.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's that literally is my number one. And what I mean by that is that when I started this, it's like, oh, I got to hire a director, I got to hire, editors, I got to hire this people to do this, and this. And then in time, I know I got to do that stuff. But then at the same time, at that time, I couldn't find any of these people, especially to do with the minimum budget that I had. So I literally self-taught myself how to do everything.
Yes.
So that I could be successful. And then,
go ahead.
I take this, and I wish I would have applied this to previous jobs.
Yes.
Because then it wouldn't have been so bad either, because I was too busy, putting my success in this interview or putting my success in this person who was willing to do this for me and all this other stuff. It's like if I would have just got my ass up and did it myself, it would have been a whole different story. You know what I mean?
I would like to echo that, because I definitely like the first person experience and the hands-on experience of doing different aspects of business, running the business, maintaining your ordering, the putting the product together, the distribution, the hand-to-hand sales, the checking the ledger, making the deposit. I like every part of it because it gets me excited. It's like, okay, this is what we did today. How can we do better tomorrow? Type thing. I would say getting involved with every aspect of whatever you're trying to be successful at only makes you more powerful in the way of you can't be taken advantage of so easily.
Oh, yeah.
You're definitely not so gullible and willing to pay someone for some knowledge that you may not necessarily know if you know that it's something that you can easily figure out and do yourself. Things that you might outsource to another person, you really might be able to do and quite confidently do and execute if you apply yourself to researching what that is, trying it out yourself, and if it's in relation to your business doing well or your family doing well or whatever it is, it's important enough to give it that proper respect and that proper effort. So definitely, if it turns into a positive for you, be involved with it. Don't necessarily try and outsource and pay for the work if you can do it yourself.
The hardest one is accounting. Oh, dude,
okay.
That's a motherfucker. Like I did my own taxes this year.
Okay.
For the first year for the business and all the other stuff. And it wasn't that bad. It's just a bunch of numbers, and if you're not good with organizing, and that kind of stuff, which I'm actually really good at organizing. It's probably why I did so well in it.
Yeah.
But if you ain't good at organizing, or you don't know accounting 101 or anything like that, you probably go struggle there. Because me personally, I don't want to trust my money with somebody else, and then you hear all the story about all the other celebrities that got
shortchanged,
get some serious trouble with the IRS and everything.
Yes, you're paying someone to pay your taxes, and they haven't paid your taxes in 5 years.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they're looking at you like,
this shit is real, and it happens all the time. So
but it's fun though. It's most definitely fun learning all the different windows and shortcuts and stuff that you could use during the business and everything, because you really are expanding your mind and your knowledge when you're learning new things about how to do certain things.
I agree, man.
It's most definitely a must to learn every single aspect of your business.
As much as you can. Though, there are sometimes you will have to consult a specialist, and that is the proper thing to do.
I still use H&R Block.
Use your proper specialist in the area and vet them out. Get reviews and so forth. But do your due diligence. See what you can do first before you trust someone else to do what's in your best interest, I will say. Because it's all on your back. You take the loss, then it's either a huge or a small loss, but it's all because you didn't do enough work or research, or you just gambled.
Yep. Gambling is bad.
Yeah.
There's chances in success. But there's planned and unplanned chances.
Minimize.
Yeah, there's planned and unplanned
risk. Yes.
Risk is things of that nature.
Yes.
You take a risk on an idea, but don't take a risk on your money.
Be strategic.
That's the biggest. I guess
how you want to attain.
Can't remember where I heard that from. Probably heard it from some audiobook or something. Yeah, but take chances on your ideas, but don't take chances on your money. Yeah. So that's pretty big. I learned that. I was like, okay, you learn to become a very frugal spender.
Yes.
When it comes to success, because then you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and everything.
Absolutely.
And then you lose the basket, and then you wonder what happened to the basket.
You're trying to restart,
and then you have to buy a new basket.
Kicking ass. Yeah.
Oh, Negative energy.
Yeah. Be aware of it. Try and limit it in your life, because
negative people.
It will distract and it will tear apart your ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my biggest successes is that I don't listen to constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. And I get a lot of it, especially from a lot of different people.
Yes.
But I don't pay attention to any of it.
Yes.
And there's a particular...
put any weight on it.
Yeah, there's certain reasons why. When anybody that gives you constructive criticism is just them telling you how they would do it if they were in your shoes.
Yes.
That's like the biggest thing when it comes to constructive criticism. And another thing why I don't listen to constructive criticism is because it's already after the fact of the event that happened. So let's say if I make a movie and somebody's telling me, "Oh, you should have did this to the movie."
I can't change.
It's like I already made the movie. Like I'm not gonna change it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you can do it for future movies. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do my own thing.
That's right.
Because
being, a drummer of your own beat.
Yeah.
You kind of create your trend. When no one is feeling it at first, it takes a little while to get that attention. Then they're like, damn, how did you stick to this? How did you stay with this when nobody was buying it first? Because I knew it would pay out. I saw the beauty in this shit before you realized it. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of my passion and what I do. Like, I apply it to cooking and different things, that my artistic things that I love. Not so much career, because a job is a job for me, but my artistic passions, it's like, if you don't like it, it's just not your taste. But definitely, I'm going to keep pushing this to as far as I can fucking go, because I've amazed 1,000 to your no. So, you know what I'm saying? To your one no, I have 1,000 yeses. So something's working,
Most definitely expanding your mind in the field that you're in.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing in success.
Yeah.
I should say one of the biggest things in success, because everything is so, always evolving.
Yes.
Especially in I guess fields of entertainment when it comes to cameras and things of that nature. Yes. So it's like you have to keep learning and keep growing with this field that you know.
Yes.
Just to keep up with everything that's going on. You know what I mean?
Keep up with innovation.
I don't think I would ever...
Don't get left behind.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever hire a doctor that doesn't go to conventions on a regular basis and learning new techniques on how to do this and this and this. If you're just, a regular doctor. It's
new
like...
medicine application. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Stay up to date and sharp in your field.
Yeah.
I think you have to be relentless in your pursuit. There's a lot of things that you will encounter that is just like, damn, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this, so I'd rather not. And for you to be successful, you have to tackle those obstacles with full gusto.
Yeah.
I know I don't like to read. I have to fucking go to the sites. I have to research the articles. I have to go research the products. For me, researching product is a huge part of me reselling things and generating finances for myself. I have to devote that time to doing that shit, because it brings the money. It yields the money, the payout that I'm looking for. At one point in time, I was afraid of public speaking and just speaking to people, not in general, but just about serious topics, because you just have trouble with eye contact. You have trouble with body language. You have trouble with different things of that nature. Speaking clearly, not getting tongue-tied. So I had to identify that as a problem and work on that. Work on vocabulary. I have dictionary.com. As many words as I come across in a day that I do not know the meaning of, I'm immediately on dictionary.com to research that word. I'm trying to use it at least 3 to 4 times throughout the day or throughout the week, just so I can sharpen my vocabulary, have more words to more accurately and concisely describe what I'm trying to say. For me, communication is a huge thing, and so often what you're trying to say gets lost in how you say it. Words spit verbatim gets lost in translation, and you're like, how the fuck did you not understand? Go over there and turn off the light. And it's just like, oh, well, because you said it this way, I thought you meant this light over there. And you're like, okay. So, to ease those frustrations, it's like, okay, if I'm having trouble with communication, I need to work on that. It's uncomfortable for me, but hey, I know that this is going to yield positivity and good things in the future. I need to work on that. Public speaking, I need to work on that. I'm going to be the forefront and the foreman for a business one day. I'm going to have to describe my business, my products. I'm going to have to talk and shake hands with numerous people to be in this CEO position. Got to get better at that. Finances, if accounting is a weakness, I need to at least be knowledgeable to know when something is wrong, and then I can outsource to a professional. Someone, an expert who can tell me what to do about it from there. But you got to address your weaknesses in order to make you a more powerful player in the game, whatever game you're playing. Allowing yourself to stay at a level that you know that you're weak at is only inhibiting your growth. So if you're trying to be successful, I would think, and achieve anything, you want to grow as immensely and as big as you possibly can in that field, to where you're the source of knowledge, you're the source of experience. You can help others coming behind you.
Yep. Kind of one of the things that I lack and I don't lack in is my discipline.
Okay.
When it comes to success, because it's like, on the weeks that I don't have the kids, the weeks I do have the kids, would all depend on where I'm at discipline-wise when it comes to, my success in the business. Because this week I have the kids, so I'm gonna put all this stuff away. But first thing I usually do is I put the files on the computer, and then I forget all about them for a week. And then it's like, oh, okay, what's today? Today's Saturday. Okay, I got to put the new channel on.
Get to that.
I got to do this. I got to edit this.
Compartmentalizing, yes.
And so, most definitely one of the biggest things is discipline, and not so much as discipline, but discipline mixed with consistency. Like you have to be on it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And another thing that I kind of fail on a regular basis is my consistency, especially when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have to spread the word about the business and that front as much as possible. So I have to be on social media every single minute of every single hour trying to promote. But then I see myself slipping, reading the statuses and doing this and normal distractions.
Yes.
But for the most part it's still pretty good though, because I discipline myself, I force myself to do the things I have to do, and then I do it on a regular basis.
Yes.
More or less, not every single day, but every other day, but on a regular basis to where it's not slipping. So it's always better to do one thing every single day instead of doing 7 things in one day. You know what I mean? It's a more successful track to do one thing for 7 days compared to doing 7 things in one day.
Compacting, and you blow yourself out.
Yeah. Because then in that one day, you don't know what the hell is going to happen in that one day, especially for kids.
And what you can't get to.
Prioritizing your workload.
Yes.
Using the ABCD method.
Yes.
So the A's, you mark you mark your list down of stuff you got to do.
Yes.
The A's are the stuff you do. The B's are the stuff you think about doing.
Yeah.
The C's you drop off to somebody else, and the D's are just something that goes on to the next list.
Right. If you have opportunity, it might fit in.
Yeah.
I will echo that and say I definitely would like to do the self-discipline and the routine and the consistency. We touch on that for almost damn every episode, but it's so
But we're staying consistent with it though.
We're
staying consistent with it though.
Because when you're trying to measure and trying to attain whatever your success is, man, the progress, it's so easy to get frustrated and not notice or not see, the steps and how far you've come. But if you are into checking in that once a week, that 2 or 3 times a week, if you're making your tally or you're making your notes and you're checking, it's so easy to keep that in your mind. Right. Be more focused on that goal. Be more goal-oriented in that way, because you actually have something physical to remind you. You have a written ledger of what I need to do, where I should be at, what I am expected to do by this day type thing. So definitely whatever small things you can do to help yourself be more consistent. For me, it's writing. I'm a post-it writer. I'm a note writer. I try and keep a daily planner, but I write in my phone if I don't have anything else.
Yeah,
but if I don't write it down, it's kind of just in the ether of my brain, and I might come back around to the thought. I might lose that motherfucker for 2 months, and then be like, "Damn, I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to get that. I was supposed to do that." And that's a lot of times with like text and phone calls and things. Like I won't text you back or call you back for a couple days because I was just thinking about some other shit, and I got distracted with the kid. And oh dang, 2 days gone by and I didn't respond to that message. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you keep good relationships. Be consistent in how you treat your friends, how you treat your family. Get back to those messages. Respond. Give a call back. That's how you keep the relationship good. We all get busy and distracted at times, but being consistent and deliberate in the ways of, I know I need to get to this. I know I need to do that. I see the value in it, and let me do this because I know it's bettering myself. Try and use whatever you can to encourage yourself to be consistent, to establish those routines and things.
Yep. I'm trying to think what else is good for success. I think we named off pretty much all the big ones.
Yeah, we went by a few.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Trying to think.
Clear about it.
Yeah, be clear. Clear about what you want.
Measure it.
Have enough desire. Here it is. Unwavering faith
Yes.
in your ability.
Yes.
We're gonna end the episode with that. Unwavering faith in your ability. Because if you keep having doubts on what you're doing or the things that you're trying to do, it's just not gonna work.
Yes, you gotta be.
There's no, pinky toe in the pool kind of thing. You gotta jump in there and learn how to swim.
I would say it's mental fortitude.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you're doing this startup stuff or you're working on whatever, you're going to be by yourself.
Yep.
Whether you're in the room with someone
Yep.
or totally alone, you're going to be by yourself in your thoughts.
Yep.
So it's like mental fortitude and not talking yourself out of taking a chance or taking a risk or shit, should I do this or should I try it or damn, should I go to the gym or this? You being strong in those moments mentally to tell yourself and reassure yourself, shit, if you have a loved one that pours into you, good for you, because that is important as well. I'm one who's few on those type of things, but I appreciate the ones I do have. At times when you don't think that you can carry on, those motherfuckers that pour on into you and the people that you do it for will be crucial because that will keep you motivated. That will keep your wheels turning. But definitely have that mental fortitude to have that unwavering faith.
Yep.
You see yourself working, you see your work, you see what you're doing, and be realistic with yourself. Is this crap or is this good? This is good, then I'm not going to let anyone convince me that it's bullshit. Once I know that it's good, once I know that what I'm doing is serving me, it is positive for me, I'm feeling good about this, stick to it and apply yourself to it and just see how far you can push it. With everything you got.
Yeah.
Don't be discouraged by naysayers because it only takes time. And then you got a fucking $1 million idea that no one saw coming. So
usually people quit right at the point or the halfway point of where they're gonna make it. You know what I mean? And with me, just keep pushing. I'm like, okay, am I ready to quit, or is this the other part of me about to make it? You know what I mean? Because I keep leveling up with all these different things. It's like, well, I guess I keep on pushing until I
you got to be self-aware and check your balances. Check, are you depleted? Are you in debt? Are you losing more than you're winning?
Yeah.
Be realistic about, are you losing more than you are winning? You got to revise your strategy and attack it a different way if you were taking more L's than W's. But be cautious of that. Don't listen to the crowd clapping for you or telling you that everything's good if you don't have anything tangible to measure that by. Okay, you got to have the reviews. You got to have the galleries. You got to have a catalog. You got whatever your product is, whatever you're applying yourself to. You got to have some work to say, okay, this is what I've done and this is what it measures up to.
Kyle Stanley dropping
Yeah.
Cracking eggs of knowledge.
Trying
like he usually
every time.
does. Go ahead and end the episode there. James
All right.
Humphrey, Kyle Stanley, Real Talk with Real Men. We'll see you guys next time.
Y'all have a good night. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me was reality, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to make my first movie.
Yeah.
And it was going to be the biggest hit. And it was going to do this. It was going to do so many things. And I was going to jump into Hollywood and everything. That didn't happen.
On the first one, bro. But keep swinging that damn bat, bro.
Oh,
Keep swinging
man.
that man, just for my damn business ideas, like, to me, I'm not loyal to a business idea in the way of it's just one thing. I want to sell hot dogs and that's just it. That's not just my dream. Bro. I have talent in many damn things. It's just what do I want to apply myself to that will yield the payout and lifestyle that I want. You know, and for me, lifestyle is having time for family, wife, and kid. I can make a stupid amount of money, but I don't want to have to spend all of my time away from home. So for me, starting a business, shit, I wanted to do food. I wanted to do a couple of other damn things, some cleaning shit, some other. It's just like, what will take the most of my goddamn time? And how can I do this in a way that I'm making money even while I'm away? That, I want to say not relaxed, but passive income.
Yeah, passive.
So, and then just multiple revenue streams. So outside of one business, a couple more ideas, you know, what else can I pile on to that? Because I want this and that and that and this. I want bills paid for in advance type things. It's just, what are you trying to attain?
I would say, I guess one of the secrets, or I should say one of the ways that I learned how to do it was to imagine yourself, if you had $10 million, but you only had 10 years to live, what would you be doing?
Yeah.
And if you're not doing what you be doing in that scenario right now, you need to switch some stuff up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm thinking, if I had $10 million, but only had 10 years to live, I would want to double that in 5 years.
Yeah.
And then spend it in the last 5
Ball
years.
out.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Ball out in the last 5 years. And I think that's what most people want to do is they want to make incredible amount of money in the first half of the year and then spend it all in the second half of the year. You know what I mean? It's just somehow they end up not making any money in the first half and then they're just kind of lagging in the second half.
Making something up.
You know,
man.
making something up.
Been there before.
Yeah.
But for me, like we were saying earlier, is you get things done, but make sure you apply yourself to the right thing.
Yeah.
You can get a lot
Time
of shit done in a day.
Time management.
But prioritize what you're working on. Work on things that will get you closer to the goals. Don't do so much of the damn scrolling if you know you need to be working on your speech, working on your dialogue, working on your research for the meeting you have tomorrow, working on your time for fitness, working on your push-ups, crunches, whatever it should be, you should be working on that you're telling yourself you should be working on when you're feeling guilty in those guilty moments because you're not working on it. Get to doing that shit.
Dude, I just recently found out that you don't like have to get a degree to take a class, man.
No.
That's fucking hilarious to me. It's like people always focus on I need to get a degree, I want to do this, I'm gonna try to get this bachelor's degree.
Just take a degree.
Just take a class on accounting or take a class on public speaking.
The experience.
You know, that's something that's big. Because I think if I wanted to take accounting, I think if I wanted to go back to school for something, I would just simply take an accounting class.
Yes.
Just to learn how to that shit.
Familiarize yourself with the jargon and know what you're looking for.
Just looking at all those numbers just making my head explode.
Yeah.
You know, I never really had a problem with public speaking. I could walk up to anybody and try to sell something, and if they say no, it's like, okay, well, go fuck yourself.
Next one. Yeah. For me, I don't like convincing sales. I like to sell a product that sells itself.
Yeah.
That way I can interact with customers as far as, hey, how's your day? Okay, you want one or two. All right, here's one, $17.99. I don't like I gotta talk to you and fucking
like
convince you that you need this.
Door-to-door sales.
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
gotta convince you that you need this when you weren't already looking for this product.
It's like
I'm not that type of salesman.
You would rather sell cars because people that go into car dealerships are people looking to buy cars compared to going out to people's houses trying to sell them cars. You know?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty hard for my business too. Because I'm trying to sell subscriptions. Everybody's watching Netflix. Everybody's watching Hulu.
Yes.
Nobody wants to watch
distraction.
Yeah.
For me, Man, I think it's just a dope thing and a drawing for the Kansas City perspective that if we could get some local heads to turn to where local people are motherfucking interacting with it, subscribe to the channel, and they're actually looking for people that they know on the channel, then that is what's going to be the pull of, well, damn. Because for me, I still think this ideal and concept is very early. Even though you've already done it for 2 years, for the common person, we're not looking at owning basically a network. This is the new age of owning a fucking network. So it's like we haven't even tapped into the possibility of how beautiful this could be. We already see it because we're fucking working on it. We're trying to get these motherfuckers tuned in.
I'm actually trying to get more foreign people into it. I want to have like a Spanish section and an Asian section.
You don't want to be,
I already have my first
all eggs in the basket of this right here.
Yeah, I already have my first Asian movie.
Yeah,
on the channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I really do need to talk to other ethnic people.
Yes, bro. It'd definitely be so goddamn inclusive that it can't break. Yeah. I'm not dependent on one section of viewership. I have so much viewership that even if this doesn't do well, I got so much over here that we're still great. That's what the goal is. And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if these local motherfuckers can start getting their heads turned to, okay, I know such and such, and they have a part on this show. I know such and such, and they have a part. They spread word of mouth and, subscribe like that. That's how I see it happening. Is they're going to have some kind of personal tie to it.
Yep.
They're going to have some kind of personal tie.
My concept was if you open up more opportunities, would open up more windows of involvement.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
like, obviously, you're on the show, but then your wife wants to see it, your mom wants to see it, your people wants to see it, but then I'm gonna get more people on the show, then their people's gonna want to see it, and then it just spreads like wildfire.
Exactly. That's exactly
the only problem is I can't get people to get on the show. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you want to get on the show?
And that is my situation too. Even when I ask the people who are of good yoke and people that do good in various other areas of their life, people that I would want to be on the show, it's okay, let me find time in my schedule that already exists to do what is something elective for you. Like, this is elective for us, but we're passionate about it. We're making it into something more real, more tangible. To them, it's like, okay, this is something I can participate in, but I don't see what the beauty of it for me just yet.
Yeah.
I hear what you said. Oh, a channel on Roku? Okay, that's cool. All right. You got a show on? Okay, all right. But if it's not already a celebrity famous person, then why do I want to watch it?
Yeah.
If it's not a person that I have love for and concern for, why do I want to watch it type shit? It's like, okay, so then we're going to have to start tapping in with those motherfuckers first. And then we're going to get it on around to everyone else. But that's exactly how we're going to do it. Exactly. That's exactly how we're going to do it. This is right here. We're going to look back at this segment and be like, God damn, that boy is right. Damn, you're right, because that's how it happened.
Looking at it first few.
Right.
Go ahead and cut it off.
All right. Because I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah.
I'm going to get something.